Good morning, everyone. My name's Chris O'Brien. I'm the Operations Section Chief Trainee on the Gold Mountain Fire. Happy Friday. We're off to a great start. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. And I'd like to invite you all to become part of our operational team this weekend by helping us out. Really and truly, it's important for us to stay out of the areas this weekend where the fire activity is. And it's really important for the operational folks on the ground to be able to move around in there without the distraction of the public. So please, I know there's a lot of stuff out there that's interesting to see, but the more you can step back and view it and enjoy it from a distance, the better we can do the job that we're trying to do out there. With that, this is the Gold Mountain Fire. We are now at 39,674 acres. We have 105 personnel assigned to the fire, and we're 87% contained. For those of you who are sharp-eyed, you may have noticed that we have a little bit of a spot of red here in the black and a little bit of spot of red there in the black. What's happened is we've had the fire move past that containment line. It's not threatening anything at this time, but really and truly, we just want folks to be aware that we're paying attention, that we're really dialing into what the fire is doing, and making sure that we give you the best information possible, so that way we make good decisions operationally and we keep you all safe and protect your homes and properties. So, starting down here in Division Alpha, and you're going to notice today the map looks a little different. Alpha is now called Alpha, although underneath the Alpha you'll see that there's an AD. That indicates the fact that those the other divisions that were in Alpha through Delta are now all just lumped into Division Alpha. All the resources there are just patrolling and making sure that the fire stays within the containment line. The fortunate thing that we have going for us when we're down in Division Alpha especially on the west side of the fire, we had excellent access to that line when we built it during the fire suppression activities. So we know for a fact we've got boots on the ground, we have ground proof that line is black and it's going to stay black. Moving up into Foxtrot, which used to be Foxtrot Hotel and Kilo, again the suppression repair is all but finished. We've got road graders in there finishing up the last bit of that. We've had our resource advisors in there planting seed, repairing fences, and just taking care of some of the housekeeping chores that otherwise happen because of the suppression activities that we've done in that area. So today they'll be still up there working. They'll be looking at this Mohawk area, what we refer to as the Mohawk area. And it's an area in the high alpine that's between two spires. There's a stringer of timber that runs through that. We refer to that as a fuse. What that is, think of like a fuse on a stick of dynamite or a firecracker, right? If that fuse gets lit, it's going to move in a direction that maybe we don't want it to go. So really and truly what we're doing here is we're making excellent efforts, and we've got some really solid plans to get in there and try and button that up and make sure that the fire does not have that fuse to wick its way out and continue north, threatening the Bear Claw neighborhood and the neighborhoods to the north of the fire. So that's really an area of primary focus for us over the next 3 to 4 days. We do have resources coming in that are going to help us with that area, so we should be in really good shape moving forward. Likewise, we've got an excellent plan over here in Division Papa, which used to be Papa Romeo Uniform, where we're going to connect our hard black line here on the East Fork to our hard black line in the Middle Fork, and that should help to prevent the fire from moving up into the Silverjack Lake area. Coming around into Division Z, that's unstaffed. This is all out in the wilderness. It's a challenging piece of ground for us to get on. It's very steep, rocky, difficult to move around in, and sometimes unsafe for the firefighters. So we're monitoring that by air using aviation and remote sensing. And that allows us to keep tabs on what the fire is doing and allows us to track the fire's progression. We do have less moisture coming up for the next few days, and we will start seeing more warm temperatures. So for those of you who live, especially in Ouray Ridgeway, in this area on the west side of the fire, you may start to see a little bit more smoke than what you're used to seeing over the last few days with all the moisture that came in that really has helped us out. You may start seeing some more smoke. Atmospheric conditions will change, which means that you might be able to see a little bit of fire out there too. Please don't be alarmed. We know it's there. We're working on it, and we're trying to do the best we can to make sure that we stay ahead of that for you. With that, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and that's the end of my report.